Hello and welcome to Code Snippets. This is Noah Houchins from the Learning Hub at the University of Illinois Springfield, and I am going to be making a series of videos all talking about how to code with Java. And hopefully, if you watch through my videos, you should be able to code starting at any entry level. I will be going through beginner, intermediate, and hopefully some advanced topics as well. And today we're just going to be starting with how to create an Eclipse Java project. So if you don't have Eclipse installed, there are plenty of videos out there detailing how to do so. So we're just going to jump right in. Now, I know it says create a Java project here, but we're going to go to File, New, Java Project. New Java Project. This is the surefire way to do so. For the project name, we're just going to call it Code Snippets. You can really call it whatever you want. And I'm going to hit Finish. And as you can see, that little button went away, which is why I said we go to File and New. So now that we have our project, we can go to New and then create a new package. So here, the package is kind of how you want to separate your projects. At least this is how I do it for better quality control. Especially if you're just doing like assignments for one of your courses or whatever, it's a lot easier to just have all of those assignments be in the same project folder. You know, you would call this like CSC 225 or 275 or what have you. And then each package inside of it would represent a different assignment. So for this package, we're just going to call it create a new project. Alrighty. We don't have to worry about this other stuff. I'm going to hit finish. And then we're going to right click this package now that we've created it. Right click, go to new, and then class. So the name of this class, we're just going to call it driver. Here you want to make sure that your class name is capitalized. That is important. I think it yells at you if it isn't, or it'll automatically capitalize it, one of those two. And you don't want to make this any keywords. You'll know kind of what those keywords are as you go through and learn more of Java. So I will be covering some of those as they come up. And lastly, we're going to check this checkbox that says public static void main string args. So 90% of the time when you're creating a new class, you're going to want to do this. It really just depends on the project and what you're trying to do. For a lot of your beginner projects, you'll want to have this checkbar box marked. So we're going to hit finish, and now it creates the class for us. So if you notice, it has the package right up here, and then it lists the class, and then we have here, this is the main method, this is the checkbox we just clicked, and then right in here, this includes a comma, or a comment, sorry. So this is just a comment. Java completely ignores it, so it's actually not important. We can delete it just like that. Okay, so now we have our first class, and we can begin coding. So what happens here, when you run a project, Java looks for this line right here. So this is our main method header. That's what this is called specifically. So you likely don't know what a method is if you're watching this video. And that's okay. We'll talk about that later down the line. You don't need to know what that means just yet. But the way Java works is it starts here, and then it goes down the line in order. So it'll run this line, then this line, then this line, and it keeps going until it reaches the end of your code. It's basically just a list of instructions. That's all programming is. So for this specific program that we're making, we're just going to create the very, very basic, everyone does it program, and it's just the hello world program. So all you have to do is type the word sysout. So in Eclipse, this is a shortcut. If you hit Control Space, it automatically fills it out to system.out.println. This is how you print any information out to the user. So when you write programs, you need to keep in mind that you, as the programmer, see the program one way, but then you also have to write the program for a user. So it might be you, but the user also might be someone else, and that other person does not know how your program works. So you need to keep in mind that the user probably doesn't know much about your program, so you need to cater it to them and explain what's going on and label everything nicely. And I'll go into detail of what that means probably in a later video. But for now, we're just going to print out the words "Hello World," just like that. And we need these quotes here because we want it to actually print out the words. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't put a W there. We want it to print out the words "Hello World." So now, before we run this, we want to make sure that it saves and formats. So I want you to keep these keyboard shortcuts in the back of your mind when you're using Eclipse. So hold down Control and Shift, and then tap O, then tap F, then tap S. So Control Shift O stands for Organize Your Imports. So you don't know what that means now, but whenever you need to import something in Java, it'll automatically do that for you. So we'll go over that later down the line, probably when we talk about getting user input. Control Shift F formats your code. So if I got rid of all these indents and put some stuff on the same line, so this code is technically correct, but it looks very goofy. And I can keep going, but I'll stop there. It's very hard to read. So if we do Control Shift F, it automatically moves everything to its own line the way it should, and it looks very nice. And lastly, Control Shift S saves everything. So if you notice, there was a little asterisk right here. So if I add a space, there's the asterisk. So this asterisk means that this file is not saved. You have some unsaved changes. So I'm just going to do that, and then the asterisk goes away because we saved the file. So how do we run it? Well, we have a lot of buttons up here. Mainly this green button right here is what you're going to want to press. So you click that, and our program runs. And here is the console down here. So all of your output, which is what this is, your output will print down here in the console, and this is also where the user will enter their input. Again, I'll go over that in a much later video. But basically, this is the meat and potatoes of where all the data goes. These are your results down here, and that's your first Java project in Eclipse. So in the next video, we'll talk about actually using data types. What is a data type? What makes something a data type? Specifically, we'll be going over all the primitives. So stay tuned.